Hello, welcome to another episode of Truth and Banter. And I've got here the guys with me. I've got Bamidele, I've got OPK, I've got Mr. Show, I have Olasalam, and I have Bihola. It's the fan base is split across different dimensions, and I have our Spanish. Olasalam is our Spanish correspondent. Yes, we have a Spanish correspondent in the house. I'd like to say thank you for always tuning in. Um, if you watched on Spotify, on YouTube, we do appreciate your time spending to listen to us discuss different topics. This is the fifth episode of Truth and Banter. You can catch us on social media at Truth and Banter on Twitter, on Spotify, on YouTube, and the rest. Yeah. And if you got any questions for us, we would always, answer. If you want us to discuss any topics, feel free to reach out to us. Without further ado, we're going to go straight into the topics. Today, Saturday, the round of matches, we saw Nottingham Forest, they bounced back after losing 5-0 last week. We saw Liverpool win 2-0. We saw Everton, there's a resurgence for Everton. They won 4-0 against Leicester. Ipswich lost at home. Newcastle lost at home. And of course, Wolves also beat Aston Villa. So all these things happened in the Premier League this Saturday. Tomorrow, there's so many things happening tomorrow. There's a big match tomorrow. We'll see how that pans out. And we'll have our guests, discuss things that's going to happen and also predict how it's going to go down tomorrow. Firstly, we're going to talk about Liverpool as they extended their lead on the league today. They beat a very, very good Bournemouth team they've been on the beating speed. They've been trashing people up and down, and it was their turn, and they lost at home. I'm going to bring in my first guest, Show. Show, what's your thoughts on Liverpool? Did they impress? Were they lucky, or are they just showing champion stuff?
So, well, of course, you don't expect them to, possibly dominate all the matches they play. But today, there was this bit of a champion in them. The match was there, for Bournemouth to somehow take away from Liverpool, but somehow with the brilliance of King Mo, they sealed the game. Yeah, a bit of luck here and there as well, played. But of course, who cares? All that matters at this point of the game is 3 points. And once you have the 3 points, you're good to go. So they just focus on the next game and the next game. Yeah, that's it.
Is weird. Not that it's weird. You called him King Mo. I'm going to bring OPK in here because I think he might have a word of response for you because clearly I think you were on the Salah side when we had a Hazard and Salah debate, which is never ending. Again, Salah did not disappear like OPK would say. OPK, what are your thoughts on Liverpool and Salah in particular in today's game?
Yeah. So I think personally, I think Bournemouth played very well and they were unlucky not to get a point at least. But yeah, Liverpool showed what champions are made of. Sometimes you don't have to be at your best. All that matters is sometimes just get the 3 points. And I think at the end of the day, that's what we play for. Just get the 3 points. You don't have to always, you can't even always be at your best regardless. Yeah. And to be honest, Salah drove them to that 3 points. It was influential. He didn't hide today. Yeah,
Wow.
very good game. So yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, he played a very good game today. Football is a game of margins, and today was one of those big games that
he showed up.
Yeah, he showed up.
Yeah. Okay. So there's I don't want to drive us back into the conversation, but
I'm sure
I'm happy for
you drive us back.
I'm happy for the honesty in this instance because I'm pretty sure there will be another instance where something else will pop up. But in this instance, yes, it's good to have that honesty. There will be no talks of Salah doesn't come up in big games, he disappears. That was put to rest with this match. I want to bring Dele in right now. Newcastle lost at home to Fulham, and there's a big top 4 race. There's aside the top 2 guys, there's also Man City in the mix and a host of other teams Now, Newcastle, who are meant to be in the, also meant to be at the top of the table, around ish. There's also Nottingham Forest. And I'm going to catch your mind back when I was doing my top 4 prediction and I mentioned Nottingham Forest. Firstly, what are your thoughts on Newcastle? Did they mess up? And Nottingham Forest, can they keep this up? Can they get a top 4 spot?
Yes, I think it's still early. I think they can still get the top 4. This is just a blip. I watched the highlight. I didn't watch the full game. Newcastle were somewhat unlucky with the game, but yeah, it's just a blip. Next game they go on, they win 1 or 2 games, they're back in it again.
Okay. All right, that's fine. So you don't think Nottingham Forest would make top 4, basically?
I think they will be close. But for me, I still put Chelsea. I think I put Chelsea and who?
Don't worry, we got the records.
Yeah,
by the end of
we got the record. Yes.
Yeah, we got the
I think they'll be close though. They'll go to Europe.
Yeah,
they'll go to Europe.
Okay. I'm going to.
So it might be
Europa League. Okay, that's fair. And I think it won't be the first time that Nuno Espirito Santo, what's his name, he will make European football with an English team. I think he did that with Wolves. In two separate seasons. So yeah, good luck to Nottingham Forest. To also put words on the other matches that happened today. Everton won 4-0, and this is under their new manager David Moyes, who seems to have brought a new lease of life to Everton. He's gone back to his old club. They're getting ready to move into a new stadium. If they get relegated this season, it will be a disaster for them. But they've made that change. They've asked their manager and brought in David Moyes. Now they are winning games and they're winning it comfortably. Is this a new manager bounce or David Moyes is a real deal?
I think David Moyes has proven is the second coming back to Everton, which seems like his home, right? I think it's not a new manager bounce. He knows what he's doing. He knows the club in and out. I can only think that Everton will be a mid-table team this season. They should finish something around 13th, 15th. I don't see them going on relegation.
Okay. Yeah, I think with their form, they'll probably keep it up, which is fine. And I'm going to throw this to show. Are you surprised with what David Moyes, how he's been able to turn around Everton in such a short period? Are you surprised? Does it baffle you that things didn't work out for him at Manchester United?
Okay, so I think there are 2 questions about his time at Man U and then Everton, right? Okay, so for me, Everton and Man U are 2 worlds apart. They are 2 parallel lines that cannot meet. So I think he's a perfect fit for clubs like Everton. Just like Messi is a perfect fit for Barcelona. Ronaldo is a perfect fit for Real Madrid. And King Mo is a perfect fit for.
Yeah, and this is your king.
So and well, I know some people's what is it called now? Some people's player. I don't know. I don't want to mention names. So basically, I think Moyes is that manager that can get an average team. I can get something out of them. Is that player? I mean, we saw how while he was at Everton, in his first stint, how it caused a whole lot of troubles for big teams. They are always paying in the necks of big teams. Now, I mean, he won today, I think 3-0 or thereabout. It's not like some fluke winning. Do you get it? I think this is third win. In the last, I think they win 3 out of 3 the last 2 games. Yeah, so that's something. Yeah, I do not want to believe that it's a new manager bounce, because it's not like they are doing some magic. No, they're just trying to play to their strength. They know they have this upper hand when they go, when they play it up top, kick it long, typical English football, kick it long, bring the ball down, then others will support the striker. So I think that's basically what he's doing. He's basically utilizing what he has, his resources efficiently. and it's working
Okay.
for him.
Okay. So I'm going to go to the next game, which we're going to review, which is going to take us to the next topic on the agenda. Wolves, they won Aston Villa by 2-0. Matthew Cunha and then Belagade scoring the goals. But the game was mad with some controversy. For Aston Villa, they did score a goal. It looked like a well-worked set-piece goal, but the goal was chalked off for offside. It was adjudged that Morgan Rogers was obstructing and from an offside position, and he didn't let Semedo get to the ball. That's what they said. Firstly, what are your thoughts on the game? Did Aston Villa deserve to lose? And also, what do you have to say about the refereeing controversy for this game?
Yeah, but in all honesty, I think they deserve to lose that game because Wolves could have been three goals up in the first 30 minutes or so. Although not bearing their chances meant that Aston Villa got a chance to get back into the game, and well, they did at the start of the second half. But yeah, I think that was a good goal. Nothing was. In fact, the funniest thing was when the referee was judging the goal. He actually pointed up for an offside, rather.
Mm-hmm.
And commentary later said it was as a foul. It was blown as a foul against Rogers for obstructing play. So I think, regardless of how you look at it, that was a clean goal. The goal should have stood. I think Aston Villa were robbed there. Thankfully, it was against Aston Villa, and we don't have to cry all week.
Why are you throwing shots now? So I want to, before I go on to other people's thoughts now, you see this particular incident. Rogers, when he came towards Semedo, what was his duty in that? What was he trying to do there? Was he intending to block off Semedo? Was that his intent?
He was trying to run back onside. Because it was probably in an offside. I think it was in an offside position. Then he was trying to run back onside, but there was Semedo. Regardless of how you look at it, football is a game of contact. I'm going to run. Someone is going to stand in front of you, and it was not like he held Semedo or something. He just ran back, and they had body contact. So for me, it was never a foul, regardless of how you look at it.
Okay, all right. So Show, now, do you agree with Opanyeka on this? Opanyeka says it wasn't Rogers' intent to block off Semedo. Do you feel the same way? Was there intent for him to block off Semedo in that instance?
It's a technique. What Rogers was trying to do was to be clever by half. He was trying to block that Wolves player in that run, just in case he wants to go and try to intercept that pass to the other guy that eventually scored the goal. Sorry, that eventually made the pass that ended up being a goal. Yeah, that was what he was trying to do. Although I do not think that he didn't do much, so the goal should have actually stood. But I think the reason why they tried to disallow the goal was because he was in an offside position while doing that. Even though I still believe that it's nothing. He didn't really do there was not so much he did in that instance. Yeah.
Okay, so technically looking at it, he was in an offside position. He tried to block a player, even though he did it half-heartedly. He didn't put all his strength into it, but he tried to. The reason for him going there was actually to block off that player, right? And he did it from an offside position. Is that a good enough excuse? I'm going to bring Dele in now. Is that a good enough excuse for the ref to say he was part of the play? Because if you look at it, it looks like he's part of the play. He's the routine, but he's doing it from an offside position. Should that warrant them chalking off that goal, Dele?
I did not see the goal.
Okay.
But I'm trying to find it. But from pictures here, I don't think there's anything wrong with this goal, to be honest.
Well, as an Arsenal fan, I don't think you see anything wrong.
Maybe I need to watch. Maybe I need to watch the video because I'm looking for the video. I didn't see.
Yeah, I say as an Arsenal fan, I don't think you will say anything wrong because this is what your team does every week. Your team does it every week.
Every team does it now.
Yeah, but
and my team doesn't. They don't.
Okay. So okay.
I guess I have to go and watch the highlights again.
Okay. Watch the highlights. I'll send you the link. Also, I want to just find out if whatever we're describing happened from an offside position, would you say it warrants them, chalking off the goal?
If the ball is close to the player is trying to stop, make the case there.
Okay. How about-
The best thing is for me to watch it
Yeah.
because
It's
it's
wild.
wide.
Okay. All right, cool. Someone can help me send. Yeah. I think you say, and then I'll just bring it back up to, show your thoughts. Now, this incident, right? This incident that has happened, continues to paint a different picture of Premier League referees. I mean, they're already struggling to, appear as they know their jobs and they're doing it well. Every week there's always a controversy. We're always talking, even on this pod. Now, what does the PGMOL, what do they need to do, to cut out these errors? What can they do if they're going to, get any input from us? Show what should the PGMOL do? What can they do? Is there anything they can do to, reduce controversies?
Yeah, I think they just need to get the best of referees, one, or train their referees on these laws. Not that one referee, try to give whatever or try to how do I put it now? One referee try to interpret a law in a certain way. Another referee try to interpret that same law in another way. Then another referee try to interpret that same law again in another way. So I mean, if I were a football fan and my team is playing, you say, "Oh, this goal is not a goal," and you give it to another team. Of course, I'll be furious. So this keep happening week in, week out. Not like we don't watch other leagues, and it's not like those other leagues do not make mistakes too or don't have controversies too. But it's not as much as this. Although sometimes some of this, I think EPL fan base is quite much. I think that's why sometimes we hear so much of it as well. You get, but controversies are just too much, and
Okay.
you have to find a way. Yeah,
So-
it's showing too much incompetence.
Okay, so I mean, the other controversy that happened today, which was a talking point on Twitter, sure, I'm sticking with you, was the Liverpool penalty. Now, there's been people on social media who probably saw just one angle. I've said that, penalty, Gakpo being tripped was not a penalty. What is your stance on this issue? Was that a penalty?
Okay, for me, whichever way the referee, decide, I will be fine with it and I will understand. Yeah, if it's my team, I would have wanted us to have the penalty, sure, normal, just like every other fan base. But it's quite soft, and Liverpool didn't actually protest before the referee even blew the whistle. I mean, even Gakpo didn't really make so much fuss about it.
I think
You
it
know,
did,
before the
actually.
referee pointed. Well, I'm not sure. I'm still watching the highlight now. It just
Okay.
felt like normal raising of hand or something. Yeah.
So,
There was,
sure.
there was contact.
So,
Standard.
so
Contact.
wait, I don't mean to cut you, right? Because I want us to be practical. Because before we came to this, conclusion, I mean, this new controversy with Liverpool now, you said, and I quote, they should train their referees. And if you say they should interpret certain things a certain way. If it's A, it should be A. If it's B, it should be B. Do you think when we say things like, oh, it's a soft penalty, if he gives it, I understand. If he doesn't give it, I understand. That is still drawing a line in the middle. It's not clear cut like what we're clamoring for. Something is either a penalty or it's not a penalty.
Okay, so I'll say this. There's hardly any two cases in football that will be exactly the same, like 100%. When two issues happen, two different handballs, when it happens, go and watch the two. Yeah, you can draw some similarities, but you see that it's actually not totally the same. Now, I said in the previous episode that, see, football has gone so soft, and this has given attackers a whole lot of advantage over defenders and, possibly the defensive midfielders. They hardly even try to go into tackles because they know, hey, any form of contact, in fact, Billy once said it, any form of contact is a foul or a penalty. And I said, no, football is a game of contact. Yeah, this one, the guy didn't actually mean to. If you see the way he was running, you know that he wasn't trying to have a kind of foul.
So is that a reason why it shouldn't be a
It was
penalty?
just
Because he didn't mean
no,
it.
no. It's quite soft. It's very, very soft. There are
Sure.
those,
I want
not
I
every
want you
foul.
I want you to take your advice. You cannot
Okay.
you cannot call for people to interpret certain things one way universally, right? And say that something is soft, it can be either way. Do you understand what I mean? If you say everybody, I mean, if something happens, it should be interpreted the same way across board. Then we can't use our mouth to now say, oh, if he gives it, it's fine. If he doesn't give it, it's fine. It's either it is or it isn't. Do you get my point?
I get your point. But what I'm saying is this. You need to get my point. I mean, I think I've had an argument with Dilly about this. There was an incident that happened with this guy. What's that? DM party. I think about 2 seasons ago or thereabout. And Dilly was saying no, it was not a penalty. And I said no. If you say that there was contact and you claim that every contact should be a penalty, then it will be a penalty. Even though I still maintain that ball, even that party's case, shouldn't have been a penalty. Of course, it wasn't given anyway. So I mean, he was fine with it. But we've seen other, like there was a Liverpool PK that was given. I think it was earlier this season or last season, if I'm correct. I was having the argument with Dele, and I said, see, that contact was too soft. This is not outside the box. Any penalty that will be given inside the box, like for a foul, has to be justified. That whichever fan base look at it will be like, this one a penalty. And that is it. To reduce all these unnecessary controversies, because there will always be contact.
But sure, this contact we're talking about impeded the player from getting to the ball. It made him trip himself. So are you saying if there's a contact that makes you trip yourself, it wasn't whether it's intentional or intentional, we should be looking at it like it's soft? Is that what you're saying? If it's soft, don't give it.
Yes, if it is soft, you don't give it. Yeah, especially that is if it's in the box. If it's outside the box, of course, you can give it as a free kick. But inside the box, a penalty, no. It has to be justified that no, this is actually a foul, and nobody actually knows.
A foul outside the box is fine if it's soft, but if it's in the box, don't give it. But it's
of course, it has always been like. Of course, it has always been like that. There are some fouls that will be given outside the box as a free kick, and if it happens inside the box 18, the referee will look away. To be honest, normal.
This is shocking me. I'm going to bring Dele in now. Dele, what are your thoughts on this?
So before I say my thoughts, Real Sociedad, they just scored Madrid now. But sorry about that. Before I say my thought, what Show said it can't work, because if you say soft, it's still subjective. You can say it's soft to somebody, there will still be argument. You can say it's soft, while the team in favor will say no. What do you mean soft? There was contact. But for me, for today's penalty, I would say if you watch the video back, you would see that the player was just running. He didn't move his leg to make attempt for the ball. He was just running back. I think that contact is that. So for me, it's not a penalty. The player tripped himself from behind. Are we now saying, so whenever a player is in front, all defense stop running?
Okay.
And if we go back, I'm sure if we go back to archives, we have seen these things happen before, which some referees it as a dive.
No, I mean pre-VAR or post pre-VAR or post. Is it pre-VAR or post-VAR?
Post.
After VAR was introduced,
yes.
We've seen incidents like this that have been interesting. Okay.
Yes.
Okay. So
we can go back to videos.
Can I understand one thing? The reason why you feel this is not a penalty is because you feel the guy did not do it on purpose. He did not know. Am I understanding what you guys are saying? It's because he didn't.
That's not it. There's nothing like you did not know.
Or
what I'm saying is he made a genuine. He was only tracking back. So there's a difference if the guy put his leg out to either maybe try to tackle the ball or he didn't do all that. He's just running. It's the same. If you remember, the same thing happened. Arsenal, David Lewis. He was sent off for something like that, which later I think they did apologize that
there was no touch actually in that. There was no touch in that. This is quite different.
There you go.
Well, it's quite different.
But he tricked himself. No, Lala. If you go back to that video,
that's pre-VAR now. We're not talking pre-VAR incidents. We're talking incidents where there's another pair of eyes looking at
what I'm trying to say here is even post-VAR, since VAR has come, I'm telling you, stuff like this have happened before, and they've been deemed a dive.
Don't
with
say it
minimal
without proof.
contact.
If you have the proof, you bring it out with references.
Okay.
I like that you
I'll bring-
mentioned
okay,
David
okay.
Luiz. That was pre-VAR. There was no opportunity for the ref to go back and look at that incident. If there was VAR in that incident, the ref will go there and see that there was no touch. But in this instance, I find it quite disturbing that wait,
You know what?
wait.
I can even remember now. I just have to
Okay.
look for the video. I think it was a Chelsea game, Cole Palmer. Something similar happened.
Okay.
And the referee, I don't know, the referee just stand up.
I want to understand something.
I think
But don't worry,
Chelsea
let's move
Crystal
on.
Palace.
I think so. I think it was Chelsea. I'll find the video. So we have seen this thing happen before, where the referee deems it a dive because of his
But in this instance, can you call
on.
this a dive? Did the guy put his leg behind his leg to trip himself?
No. I'm saying they deemed it.
Okay, so in this instance, because I want to understand one thing, just because you're running and you feel somebody is in front of, we've seen strikers who are smart. Sometimes
he's a big man. Come on, are you saying just a little?
Daily weights? That's why you have to be careful in the box. The defenders are coached on this, whether with your arm or with your running or with your tackling. You have to be careful because whether it's intentional or not intentional, everybody wants to get the ball now.
Oh, good. Sorry. Who is watching this game, Real Madrid game? The same thing just happened now. Right now, if EPL Pod is watching it, the same thing just happened. The referee said,
"Yeah, but
stand up."
Okay, you are reacting to something that you've not even seen the full context. That's not what we're discussing here. We've not seen playbacks. Nobody has watched that. We're sticking to what we're discussing right now.
No,
I
that's what I'm
understand.
saying.
I get what you're saying, but you are reacting instantly, the same way everybody's reacting instantly. You've not seen the replays. You've not seen whether indeed it was stripped or not. You can't draw the parallel and say it's the same thing.
I think I want to record it.
No problem.
Yeah, let's move. Let Okpayinka go on.
Okpayinka, what do you have to say about this?
Yes. Okay. So basically, I want to paint a scenario to you now because I think you are defending that decision. Okay. So let's assume it was like prime Drogba days, and Drogba is in a box. He wants to score. Then now he fouls Van Dijk, that is a defender, in such a manner. Would that go be disallowed?
He fouls who?
Van Dijk, the defender, the Russian defender,
if
fouled.
If his leg, if
he
his
tries
leg,
to body him in such a way, exactly, would that go be disallowed?
It's not even the body. That's the point you guys are missing. If Drogba is running, I'm pointing the picture back to you. Drogba is running with Van Dijk. Van Dijk is in front of him. He's running.
No. In this case, Drogba is the one that wants to score. So Drogba is in front. Van Dijk is trying to come behind.
Okay.
Then Drogba sticks out his back leg. Do you understand? Like he wants to run ahead, but he's trying to guide anybody from coming behind. So he sticks out his leg just like that. Then makes contact with Van Dijk that is behind exactly the same way. Would that go be disallowed?
This is crazy because the scenario you're pointing is Gakpo, because a defender is behind him, should not run like he would normally run. Is that what you're trying to say? He's running the same way he would want to meet a ball. That's what he's doing. He's not doing anything out of the ordinary. But in him doing what he's meant to be doing, running towards the ball, a defender behind him, whether knowingly or unknowingly, hits his leg from the back, right? And it causes him to trip. Are you saying this instance should not be a foul, whether inside the box or outside the foul? It's not a
Lala, you are changing the narrative.
Exactly.
He did not hit.
That's exactly what happened now.
No. The guy's foot was already planted.
Intention now.
Don't worry.
You said it's planted. You said it's planted.
Wait, Lala, what I'm trying to say
intentionally.
Lala, what I'm trying to say in this context is that, see, I think what Show was trying to mention earlier on was the fact that officiating in Premier League lacks consistency. If this is going to be a foul, then it should be a foul for everybody, regardless of where it happens on the pitch, regardless if it's a defender running, if it happens in the center arc, a foul should be a foul. But you can't say because this happened in midfield, then definitely it's not a foul. But it happens in the box 18 and he has denied a goal scoring opportunity, then you say that's a penalty.
So this happens outside the box and it's not a foul, you think?
Yes, I think. Because
from what Show said. Show said if it's outside of the box, he will deem it a foul, but if it's in the box, he should let it go. That's what Show said.
So personally, okay, for me, anywhere it happens on the pitch, I think this should not be a foul. because football is a game of contact. And I think I hate the fact that football is going to, in fact, at the end of the day, we are going to get somewhere in football whereby an attacker will actually leave the ball because he knows he doesn't have good chance of scoring. Then he's going to buy contact from defender to win a penalty. And
But
that
did he buy this though? Did he buy this? Look at it. Did he buy this contact? Was he doing what he should be doing?
Lala, can you say from what you've seen about this goal, if Gakpo had control of that ball, was that touch enough to bring him down? What are you saying?
My God. Oh my God.
Wait, was that touch enough to
my blood
to
pressure
bring him
they
down?
go up? What do you mean? He tripped. If you trip, you will trip, you fall.
Do you know why he tripped?
Touch?
Do you know why he tripped?
Why did he trip?
He tripped because he was looking for that contact. Exactly what happened. He
God.
was finding the contact, and the contact came. A grown man is not enough. That is not enough to fall a grown man all day.
Wow.
So if for you to come and say that was a clear penalty and clear as light, no, that is totally wrong. Because Chelsea Crystal Palace, for example.
Regardless if you're a grown man or not, if you trip and your leg, you are running towards something.
Chelsea Crystal Palace. Chelsea, no, let's even not go there. Chelsea Ipswich. Did you think that was a penalty against Chelsea?
Or the Roy Delap one?
Yeah.
Of course, the penalty. The defender was reckless. You know, strikers.
It was the keeper. It was the keeper.
Okay, the keeper, yeah, and all of them were reckless. You know, strikers are smart, right? The guy pushed the ball and he was already away from goal. Everybody understand that. But yes, there was a contact impeding him from getting to the ball, whether he was outside or not.
So the idea is, if you want officiating in Premier League to get better, then a lot has to go into interpretation of the rules, and that's just the truth. So if you are going to say that, okay, when there's a contact, it is a foul, then the consistency needs to come in, regardless of how stupid the contact.
That's not what happened though. I'm sure we've seen several penalty this season or penalty calls that people have said, oh, there was a contact and there was no. I don't think in the Premier League every contact in the penalty box is a foul or is a penalty.
Eventually, like I can't say for a fact because I don't have the numbers, but I'm sure that this season, 90% of the games I've watched, it's always, is there a contact? There's a contact, then penalty. And that is the bad precedent that we are setting for football. Because football is a game of contact. You are going to attack. Sometimes, like Drogba prime days. Do you know how many goals Drogba scored by bodying the defender? Now, if he does that, you're probably going to come his hand is above the shoulder level. Then that's a foul. You are going to cancel the goal.
I understand what you're saying, but all I'm saying is, in this instance, he was impeded from getting the ball. He didn't even try to fake it. He didn't try to form it. I don't think he was an instant. We've seen the smart strikers who are smart, who are trying to buy a penalty. In this instance, he was doing his thing, trying to get to the ball.
See, that is the problem. Exactly what Gakpo was doing was to buy, but it was intelligent. You know, there are ways you want to buy a contact and you're like bending, leaning back towards the defender. So it's obvious you want to buy the contact. In this case, he was not going anywhere with the ball. Tell me what Gakpo wanted to do with that ball. What was it?
That's more reason why the defender actually has to be careful, because Gakpo still needs the ball to come down to a level where, he can control and shoot.
So how do you think such defender was trying to commit somebody that was running away from goal?
You see what you said? That's exactly the point. He was not trying it intentionally to bring down Gakpo, but his actions says different. That's not what he was trying to do.
Yeah, but in my own opinion, I think I've seen the opinion of so many others. It is too soft to be called a penalty. For me, before I saw a contact, before I even saw the contact you guys are talking about, before I saw the contact, I had watched the replay like 10 times. Before I saw the contact, and for God's sake, why would this contact be a penalty? So if this is a penalty, that means that do you know how many penalties that will be happening in any game? Because if you give that sort of contact if you deem it as a penalty, so that means we should be having at least 5 penalties per game.
Okay, I want to ask you a question, right? Now, Gakpo wants to go for the ball, but before he gets that contact on the ball, whether the guy plays it after or not, before he gets that contact on the ball, he's running towards it. Now, the defender, unintentionally, because I don't believe he did it intentionally, unintentionally, while he was running, clips his leg with his legs. Gakpo falls down, right? Now, if the defender did not clip the leg of Gakpo, would Gakpo have the touch, whether it's a shot or whatever, would he have a chance to shoot that ball? Don't say in hindsight because it looks like it's a difficult ball. Would he at least have an attempt at that ball if he did not fall down and if he wasn't tripped?
No. Yeah, he had no chance of shooting from there. The highest thing he was going to do was to control back and probably lay it off to somebody because he was going away from
which is
goal.
also a chance. Which is also a chance for him. Whether he controls back, he would have.
But
he would be able to do.
But regardless of, like when you want to, like when they want to give, like what's it called? Arsenal's record last week. It was also a problem of interpretation, and the referee was coming from a place of, let's say, in quotes, over Sabi, denial of clear and obvious. What's it called? Denial.
It was. He didn't say denial. It was for serious foul play.
Really, but I actually thought at first that he was thinking, the guy was running at, like, going straight at Arsenal defense, and that was like the reason he actually thought it was a red card. But in the real sense, if you think about it, all these rules, they are not that difficult. The problem they have in the Premier League right now is the interpretation of all these rules.
But do you know that the mere fact that me or several millions others, and for example, this incidents we're discussing now, that there's two different sets of people in different parts of the world think is different. Don't you think the referees have a hard job? No matter what they decide, there will be somebody somewhere who thinks it's not a penalty. Or
to be honest,
but this is not on the referee. I think. Sorry, let me comment. Sorry, Openka. Lala, it's not this. Nobody's blaming. We're talking about the VAR. I sent the video on the group now. Just be open-minded to this interpretation. If you watch that guy's feet, the one that touched the claim touched Gakpo, the guy, his feet was already on the ground already. Gakpo was trying to run. His feet, Gakpo's feet, maybe because Gakpo is tall, his feet then touch the guy's what's the name? The guy's knee. Watch it again. I slowed it down. I sent it on the group.
Even this angle you're watching does not even do justice to it. Now, if we're going to talk about, but wait. Wait.
You see now?
Wait.
Think the other. Hold on. Go on.
So now you be science boy. I don't want to go physics, right? You are saying because he has. You say whether you want whether you go to you know physics now. You are saying the guy already planted his feet and his Gakpo that if the guy is not behind.
We've heard them say things like this before.
Like,
did you watch a referee? What's the name?
What did they say?
That Michael Owen.
He did not know.
They've interpreted something like that before. That the guy's feet was already planted on the ground before there was the contact, which it means that when the guy already moved that leg, he leg already the ground already. What do you want to
be honest? Yeah, if we're going to be going by he did not mean it, it wasn't his fault, we're not going to go anywhere when things like this happen. People,
okay. Now let's close this topic like this. Any other team would that be given a penalty?
I think so. Yes.
Okay, let's move on then.
So, but Lala, one point you are failing to understand is, if you look at even this video is sent, one point you are failing to understand is the fact that for you to make a foul on somebody, so that means you are trying to prevent the person from scoring or from creating an opportunity. So now, if you look at the main contact, the contact that we're even discussing, if you look at the body position of both of them, the position was already there from outside the box, running into the box. So the guy was already positioned behind him like that. His leg was crunching just like that.
It's being careless. As a defender, I'm sorry, as a defender, you are being careless. The same way when we see tackles, stupid tackles.
Exactly. When Show tells you something like, it is getting harder on defenders, then this is the exact thing he's trying to talk about.
Because it has always been an attacker's game. Whether you people make reference to years back or 20, 15 years back, it has always been an attacker's game.
No, but in the better part of some years, we saw John Terry, we saw people crunching to attackers aggressively.
Are you saying we've not seen softer penalties like that? Should I cast your mind back to a certain Arsenal player called, what's his name? This striker, I forgot his name. Is he VS? We've seen softer penalties.
Tell me the softer penalty, please. I would like to know.
Yes, VS in the Champions League. God bless his soul. In the Champions League. I don't know if Dele remembers. Yes, VS. What's his name? The guy, former.
I can't remember. But
soft penalty. Yeah, softer penalty.
No, this is softer.
Yeah, softer penalties. Even
okay,
penalties
so let's
even non-penalties. We make it sound like, but we make it sound like back then it was all roses. We've seen dives, we've seen handballs on goes unchecked. We are now making it sound like things that happen now in football is
No, but the difference now is then.
No, that's not what
So
we're saying.
the problem
Now, then they didn't have VAR.
here exactly. So now you're telling us that someone else is checking someone else's decision, and still they are getting it wrong. So what is the point of the VAR?
exactly what I'm saying. I'm saying the decision is right, and I know I'm not alone in the scheme of things all over the world. You are saying the decision is wrong,
And
there's
I'm
so
sure I'm
many
not alone.
Exactly, that's what I'm saying. So isn't this a hard thing to expect officials, referees to get right decisions every time? We expect them to be able to do it, even with video,
Of course, that's their job. If you come to your job,
Sure, go on.
Sorry, I'd just like to say something. Lala, the reason why we keep agitating every now and then is because as we've seen this now, and the referees have said, see, this is a penalty. It's not a mistake. PGL stand on it and see, this is a penalty. Then next week, with a different thing, something like this happens, and the referee will say it's not a penalty. That's why we have issues. If going forward, everybody now knows that, see, if this kind of thing ever happen again, it's a penalty, then everybody will adjust and will not be having an issue. We'll know that, oh, okay, now this is the precedent. But the problem we keep having is next week, similar incident will happen, and then they will say, no, it's not a penalty. And PGMOL will justify that, no, it's not a penalty. The contact was actually solved, blah, 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 which is, of course, what we're saying now, that the contact was solved, blah, 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 and all of those. So, in essence, it's because they make a rule, when incidents happen, they interpret the rule to be A today. Next week, when similar incidents occur, they interpret the rule to be C. The following week, when another incident occurs, they interpret the same rule to be E.
Have we seen this sort of incidents as penalties before?
I am not sure. But we've seen minimal contact as penalties. I recall there was a certain Liverpool's penalty, I think it's this season or last season. In fact, I had serious argument with Dele. I recall vividly. No, this is a soft penalty.
I have an issue. I have an issue of this soft penalty. It's something is either a penalty or not. Because when you now devalue it and say it's soft, then does that mean it's not a penalty? Whether it's hard penalty or soft.
Let me put it straight to you. See, if I'm a defender, I would rather kick you intentionally because I know I want to give a penalty away. Okay, so let me know I've committed this foul. Then you're punishing me for it. But I would not go to win a ball cleanly. And because on the way to getting the ball, there was this minimal contact to defender, they are pointed to the spot. So I'm telling you that next time I'm going hard so that it will. What's the worst thing that will happen? You bully a penalty, right? So this is what we are talking about. I'm even surprised that wait.
I understand you.
Hold on, please let me land. I find it quite hard that you are trying to defend this officiating and saying, don't we think it's hard for the defender, for them to. They have training. This is their job. They are professionals. And it's not even like it's only one person that is making the decision. There are team of people that they've gone to school or whatever training to make sure that, I mean, if there were no problem in officiating, there would not even be a VAR in the first place. So they are called to solve a problem as regarding officiating. And why are still they failing at it? I mean, there are referees everywhere in the world. We don't have only referees in Premier League. So why are they only making the news every week? Today against Nottingham Forest versus the 1-7-0. Yeah, the same penalty that was given. I'm not trying to massage Dele's ego or something here, but the same penalty that was given against Brighton, Saliba on Pedro.
But that's not the same. Come on.
Now, what's the difference? What's the difference?
Tell us. This difference? This is going somewhere else. Just wait.
What's the difference?
Show, was that the same incident? Before I know whether to go on with this conversation or not.
I didn't watch it. Serious. I didn't watch the game.
Again, when you guys
Nottingham.
Again, when you guys draw this parallel,
tell us the difference. That was the question.
When you guys draw this parallel, now there's the clear difference, right?
Okay, what's different?
What's his name? Pedro wants to go and head the ball, right?
Yeah.
Sure, I said to the group.
Let's go and watch it.
Okay. So I'm listening.
Pedro wants to go and head the ball. Saliba also wants to come and head the ball. But Pedro heads the ball first. But Saliba didn't head the ball first. he takes out what's his name, Pedro, with his head. Now you're now
What happened?
referring. Well, wait. You're now making a parallel of that with Welbeck is backing a defender. A defender, wants to go and be tighter with him, but the back of the head of Welbeck hits the mouth of the defender. You're now saying that's the same thing as Pedro and Saliba. Come on, man. You guys are.
Lala,
I don't know.
thank
You
you.
guys are insane.
See,
You guys are insane.
Lala, please
You are
wait. The
insane
main
because the
reason
ball is not even on their head.
Hey, you are
Lala,
wait,
Lala,
Lala.
please
You
hold
are
on.
you are saying this.
You guys
You're
are
going to
insane.
say
You guys
Lala,
are insane.
exactly. The reason
we
why I
said the
brought up
Gakpo
that
one.
comparison was the fact that now you are saying that contact does not warrant a penalty, right? But was there a
It was
contact?
contact. What contact? It was a clash, a head to mouth. Are you saying the defender went to go and tackle him with his mouth? Is that your point?
Who
Wait,
was in
did he
possession
go
of
and
the ball?
tackle him with his mouth? Wait.
Lala,
Oh my God.
who
Did the
was
defender
in the-
go and
who was with
want to go and play the ball with his
Lala,
mouth?
who made contact with who? Was it Welbeck that made contact with
It
him?
was
or
a clash now, mouth to head. Mouth to head. You people are
Who
saying
brought
like
who
the
brought the
same thing.
mouth to whose head?
He said he brought his mouth. Was he going to attempt to kick the ball with his mouth?
This same foul you're talking about,
No,
and
please let me understand. Let me understand. Was he going to kick the ball with his mouth? Is it the same thing as Saliba trying to head the ball with his head? Please, I want to understand what.
Lala,
I want to understand the points.
I think you're actually missing the point here, because if you said that was a penalty to Liverpool today, because he said someone needed to be more careful, so that means you're also standing against what he just took.
You are making a different parallels to things that are not the same. This is not even the same issue. And if you go and watch that video again,
was there contact? Was there contact initiated by the defender?
Look at what I'm saying. It's not a contact initiated by the defender. Welbeck is trying to put his body in place so that the defender doesn't get to the ball.
Who was in possession of the ball before the clash?
Listen to it. The clash is not even it's not a clash of I'm trying to head the ball. It's not a clash of I'm trying to head the ball.
That's a contact.
Sure,
who was in possession of the ball? Why are you dodging this question? Who was in possession of the ball?
It's not a case of I'm trying to tackle you for the ball. That's not what it is.
Okay,
I'm making a parallel.
Lala, please.
I'll send the video.
Lala,
Yeah, I'll send the video.
please watch what I just said now. Foden and James Milner.
Sure. What do you think about
Watch. Let's keep talking, but watch. Like the contact you're talking about in the box now.
Let's sure have a go at this. What do you
Okay. So for the Brighton and Nottingham Forest, I don't think it's a penalty. It's not a penalty. No.
Yeah.
It wasn't giving a penalty.
What about Arsenal and Brighton and Saliba and Brighton and?
Let's stay on.
Brighton. No. What do you think about that to Saliba?
This one is not a penalty. The reason is this. I'll give the reason. There is no way a player will make any form of contact with you with his mouth in any part of your body and it will redeem a foul. Never. It cannot.
Okay, so if that was his head, but wait, if that was his head, it should have been a penalty, right?
If that was his head, of course, it would have been a penalty. Yeah.
Was he trying to head the ball? No. Was he trying to head the ball?
No, Lala, if it was his head, would you say that was a penalty?
If he was trying to head the ball and he bundles his head into, that's a penalty.
No. Yes. Exactly the same way, but it was his head. Do you think it would have been a penalty?
That would have been a penalty, yeah.
Yes,
clear penalty.
Penalty.
That would have been a clear penalty.
You see a parallel with this and the Saliba and Pedro one.
So, but sure, to have an open heart. I'm not saying that was a penalty either. I'm just trying to draw the conclusion that if Lala said earlier on that the defender needed to be careful and there was a contact and this is also a contact.
But you can't use it to make a point.
If you think Bournemouth was hold on. If you think Bournemouth was a penalty, right? If you think that contact on Gakpo was a penalty, I think the same way you can extend that grace to say this was also a penalty. And I think, to be honest, either was not a penalty. Right? I'm just trying to.
Yeah. To be honest, see, let's be honest. That Arsenal's that Brighton.
Nobody should say to be honest again. Nobody's honest.
Is neither here or there. If it wasn't given, I personally, anyway, I wouldn't raise any eyebrow normally, except we want to set agenda. Sure, you understand? Yeah, it could be ignored. There was contact, yeah, but the point is, it was as if this guy, Joao Pedro, tried to dribble Saliba with his head, and then Saliba nodded his head, which was a contact. It should have, of course, which is a foul. Yeah, but I don't think that kind of clash is hard enough to be given as a PK. If it were outside the box, it could be given as a foul. Yeah, free kick. But
God
inside
bless
the
you.
box, just like I said,
You don't
just like
come
I
in
said,
last
yeah.
of the-
No. Just like I said earlier, see, any penalty that must be given should be see. Everybody will see that this one a penalty. There's no two ways to it.
We
You
can't
don't
even
give
get
some
chance.
soft, unnecessary this thing. There's something you guys just posted now to the group. James Milner and what is it called now? Foden. If it were to be today, that would have been given as a penalty. And it's never a penalty all day. In fact, if you look at it, you see that Foden stood up immediately.
What do you mean? There was VR there now. There was VR.
You said? Yeah, but I mean, it was not a penalty. You could see that Foden.
I had a lot of how will I put it, updates since then, and that was what at the start of VAR. Of course, a lot of things went wrong during that.
But that's what Shotu is saying. There are too many interpretations that they've added to it. Oh, this is what is he trying to break his leg?
That's what you guys are actually. That's what you guys are asking for. That's what you're asking for. That's what you guys are
Let's
asking.
move on.
But I just find it weird. I find it weird. I mean, fine, you guys can have the last one. I just find it weird that the parallels that you guys are drawing tonight, especially Okwenyika, who's saying the Nottingham Forest and Arsenal, you're drawing false equivalence of things, and I find it weird, to be honest. I think you might as well just be an Arsenal fan for today.
So I think you're missing the point. I didn't say any was a penalty. I was just trying to point.
You're saying they are similar. You said there's a contact. One was
he's only trying to talk about consistency.
Why is he hard for you to understand?
But it's not the same.
I'm going to send another picture again.
It's not the same though. I'm not going to watch your conspiracies.
He's talking about consistency.
Send your conspiracies.
The video, check the picture, the same Brighton and Forest. The picture I just sent again.
So pictures are the ones that.
Oh,
Lala, let's move on. Yeah, I think they paid you.
Nobody paid me, but I'm just surprised that what we're calling for. Sure, he's saying something can be solved. It could be, if it's in the box, give it. In the box, don't give it. I'm not. If something is, it is. If it is, it is. If it isn't, it's not. And I think it's already.
Okay, let me ask a question, and I'd like everybody to respond. Is it every foul that happens outside the box that whenever it happens inside the box, the referee has to give a penalty?
Foul is a foul. If he anywhere.
No. Unless you are just being biased.
There's nothing about my own bias. If it's a foul, it's a foul. Whether it's outside the box or inside the box. A foul is a foul.
No,
there's nothing in the rule books that says, this is an inside the box foul. There's nothing in the rule book that says,
please, let's go to La Liga.
There's nothing in the rule books that says, a foul is inside the box foul.
Is Okwenyika there? Okwenyika, you're not saying anything.
One set trap from now. Yeah, Okwenyika.
No, me, I don't. I'm not really. I don't understand Lala's logic, because are you trying to say the officiating in Premier League is perfect?
No, I'm not saying that. But when I see,
are you saying they can be better?
In the instances I'm pointing at, when I see bad officiating, I will call it out, right? But when I see things,
why do you think you have to be the one to think it is wrong before others can think it's wrong?
No, it doesn't have to be me. I just find it weird that things that I feel are clear cut, right, are being disputed as not clear cut. It's just further fueling some other people's agenda, right? Fine, we know that the officiating in Premier League is not the best. Whether any team has been a victim of it, we know it. But when we see things that are clear as night and day, we should be able to say it and say this is actually correct. If it's wrong, we'll say it's wrong. I mean, when you showed me the Aston Villa one, what did I say? Yeah,
he said it's good. Yeah, but I want you to look at it this way. They were Champions League games this way, Europa League. How many times did you even see me point out to any referee decision since then?
Well, in the Champions, did you watch all the games?
I watched almost all the games. How
did you watch 20? How many games at the same time? Was it 18 games?
Do you have to watch? When you say like...
Guys, come on now. You watch highlight. Doesn't mean they show you all the key points of the highlight. They only show you the key things.
So if there's a VAR controversy, would it not be a highlight?
Today, you won't be there. Today, if you watch...
you won't be there.
If you watch Match of the Day, in fact, you'll be expecting to see some things. The things we are discussing now, in fact, they may not even touch on it. And that's
if there's a major VAR incident, if you are watching any highlight, it will be there. if a goal was chalked off, you will see. I'm not talking about all these 2 minutes highlights. You watch extended highlights. You have YouTube. You see highlight of 18 minutes. You tell me that a referee.
So you sat down and watch 18 minutes times 18, 360 minutes.
How long is that?
Let's move on. Because our La Liga correspondent is waiting for us.
Is happy? I think they won. I think they won Madrid.
Yeah.
Yes, they won.
Okay, I think it's happy, but you think they can catch up?
So yeah, in the Spanish La Liga, Madrid, who were top of the league, they lost. I think my table needs to be correct. This was before the game. I think Atletico Madrid possibly. No, I think Madrid will still be there because they have more goal difference. They'll probably be. They'll probably be. What's it called? Goal difference in there. So Madrid 49 points. Atletico Madrid 48 points, and Barcelona all the way in third with 42 points with a game in hand. And to think how this did start, I think Barcelona were top for a while. Like what happened? How did they lose 5 games, and how did they find themselves in the third position?
Okay, so I think basically, I think it's Rollins that said it. A league, you can't win a league in November or September. Leagues are won in May. So I think they started well, but then I think they have only one win in like 5 games or so. I think they said last time they won was somewhere in December in the league. So they dropped so many points, and of course Ancelotti knows how to wiggle his way out, even if they're not playing well. I'm surprised it's not that they lost to Espanyol, but it's quite understandable because I think their only fit centre back Rudiger also got injured in the early stages of that game. So yeah, but I think it speaks to the fact that Barcelona are not consistent in the league. So they are 7-point adrift, which is also not so bad with a game in hand too.
Okay. Now Atletico Madrid, I don't know if they've surprised many this season. They seem to be, winning more games, and they're not winning 1-0 like they used to. They seem to be free flowing. What has made them different? Can they actually challenge till the end, or are they just holding that second spot for Barcelona?
Why are they surprising? Why is anybody surprised with Atletico Madrid? They literally, maybe, arguably have way more players than Barcelona. They spend a lot of money as well. So why is anybody surprised that they're playing well? The only thing is maybe I think the coach also tweaked a few things. This season is not as deep defensive as he is usually. I don't really watch their game because it's kind of boring to me. But I think he tweaked something. Maybe that's why they're scoring like. I mean, even past in the previous seasons, there are some they go for a run where they can beat people 3-0, 4-0, and later they'll go back to a run of 1-0, 1-1s. So it's nothing surprising. It's nothing new. But I don't see them winning it. It's still between Barcelona and Real Madrid.
I think the only other team that has actually won the league, apart from Madrid or Barcelona, maybe in the last 5 or 6 years, has to be Atletico. So, do you think Madrid will, win it this year, or Barcelona, who are 7 points behind? Of course, they have a game in hand. Do you think they can still wrestle their way to the top?
This La Liga is quite still very open. Because first of all, Ancelotti is not really a league person. Is not really so good. If you watch Ancelotti teams from way back, they are not really league teams. Then Barcelona, they will go 3 months on, 1 month off, and all of that. It's only Atletico that have surprised me a bit because virtually everyone is looking at Real Madrid and Barcelona, and then you have Atletico here who are now, second. So what I would say is I still think Madrid will nip it. However, if that is to happen, they will need a bit of luck. And when I say a bit of luck, I think some of especially their central backs, they will have to come back from injury as soon as possible because that actually affected their game today as well. I think it's only Rudiger who is fit, and he himself has gotten injured as well. So they're having Valverde, Chumani,
but who do we blame for that? Because they had all the chance to buy defenders. They decided not to buy. Actually, they I think someone sent a list of people who were spending. I'm not sure who sent that list. And you see, Madrid wasn't in there. That's because they literally did just one business with what's his name, Mbappe, who signed it for free. They didn't go out to buy. They knew they needed these things, but they didn't buy. So whose fault is it that they didn't?
Okay. You can't say they knew they needed central backs, like for example in the summer, because they have about 3 or 4 central backs. If they go buy another central back and those ones come back from injury, what happens? Don't forget, everybody wants to play. And somehow it means that the coach will have to disappoint 1 or 2 people. And centre backs are not those players that you substitute virtually every game, So I personally do not think it will be wise for them, Madrid as a team anyway, to go and get a centre back this January. And the reason is this. If some of their players come back from injury in 3 weeks, don't forget, the new guy that has come in wants to play. Of course, he can't bench those guys that have been there, and then the new centre backs go back to the bench and start watching.
Just to add context, sure. Real Madrid didn't buy a centre back. They promoted Asensio from their B team. I think what's his name? Ancelotti has also said that he likes Tchouaméni, he's trying to convert him into a center defender. And I think these are the reasons why they didn't actually go into the market. If a club like Real Madrid, arguably one of the biggest clubs in the world, know that yes, we need quality in this department, they didn't go and do it, but instead they chose to promote Castilla players, chose to convert a DM into centre back, and now in fact the whole thing is just a mess. And they can't even keep defenders. They can't have fit defenders. Are you saying they don't deserve any sort of blame? That they knew that there was weakness in this team that they have going into the season and they didn't address it?
Okay, so now the thing is this: they have Alaba, okay, they have Rudiger, they have Militao, they have I'm calling the names of their defenders. They have Vallejo as well. Now, if a team has Militao, Rudiger, and then possibly Alaba going into a new campaign, which defender would they go and buy? The defender is not. Would they go and buy Van Dijk or some other defenders who is just trying to starting up their career? These guys, Sorry,
Alaba has been.
Sorry, I didn't get you.
Alaba has been out injured for more than a year, I think.
Yeah, no, you got back recently. Recently.
No,
played a few games recently.
Right. That's what I said. He just got back maybe like 2-3 games ago, but he has been out for so long. So they have injured.
But I think with that in mind also, like Alaba is coming back from injury, also might probably affect
old
his
now.
chance
How old is Alaba?
But Show's point is that for like if you are in need of a striker now, you can go and get a striker. You know that okay, maybe even when the fit one comes back, you can sub somebody in 70 minutes and bring you a new striker. We are talking about a defender now. And I think the way Madrid plays, there is not so much pressure on defense every time. So even I think a Asensio or there's this other guy too. There's this other young guy they used to. If there's a fit centre back to partner them, I think there won't be so much pressure on them. But I think the problem now is there's no fit senior centre back to partner another person.
But what I'm trying to point out for Madrid is I think they knew these weaknesses, but they decided to go with this season all along. Even though Alaba has been back and everything, I mean the window has been open for 30 days. Deadline maybe is on Monday or thereabouts. They still haven't addressed this issue, and they've been complaining of Rudiger needing a rest. Now they've overplayed Rudiger so much. Now he's trumped up with an injury. Are you saying we shouldn't blame them? Because I can understand Shaw when he says things like that, because he's already he's a defender of things like that, especially when it comes to Man U, especially when it came to Shaw and Malaysia. I understand it. Right? Shaw can make all that excuses. He's used to it. But are you saying as a club, shouldn't you address your concerns? Are you saying because you players' feelings you can't address and have cover in key areas of your team?
But to be honest, I think Madrid as a football club, we know that Madrid they just don't go to the market to buy anybody. I think they are probably one of the few clubs that they actually make it like for you to play for us, you have to have the profile. So I'm sure Madrid is not that player that wants to go to a Watford and get an emergency defender or something.
But they bidded for Alexander Arnold in this January. You know that, right?
Yeah, that's a top defender. I mean, that's a top defender. So I'm talking
He's
about
a
profile.
top defender.
Yeah,
talking
but
about
why didn't they go for him in the summer? Why did they wait till now? If everything was all good, like we're painting it with them, or they could have waited, why are they now bidding for Arnold?
Cavaja was around. Cavaja. They had Cavaja now.
Since when has Carvajal been injured?
Cavaja got injured during the season.
No, I think he
Cavaja
got
injured
injured few games of the season or maybe preseason, I think.
No, I think it's during the season.
Carvajal had played
Do you
8
understand?
games. Okay, 8 games this season.
Do you understand? And don't forget, Trent could move this January. That was why Madrid quickly pitched.
I think Madrid wants to get him on a free transfer. That's actually the reason.
Yeah, on a free.
Why spend so much when you can
it's
get him
just
on a
a
free?
bit. Liverpool takes it. Yeah, if Liverpool takes it this January, they will take him. If Liverpool doesn't accept the offer, then we wait till summer and take the guy. So that's just it. Personally, I don't think Madrid don't just want to panic buy. I think that's just it. They feel, of course, they will ask the coach, can we still manage? Yeah, we can still manage. Then summer we can do whatever we want to do.
And of course, it even shows that they can manage because they played 21 games from what you can show us, and they've only lost 2 games. So, I mean, that's a good record for anybody.
Yes.
They're not struggling.
Yeah, the reason why the reason why I brought it up is Rudiger, who has been the rock behind that defense, right? They've paired him with Asensio so many times. There's even been talk of this guy is tired. He needs a rest. I mean, Madrid has been linked with defenders in January.
Olasalam wants to say something.
Yeah, Olasalam, go on.
They need to go to the market. Madrid needs to go to defense. This their defender. He was injured during their game this evening, so they need to go to defense. Their defense is really bad. If they take that defense against Man City, I can't really vouch for Man City's attack right now and the whole Man City as a team. But if Madrid goes to the playoff or they remain in the Champions League with their current defense, they'll be disgraced. Their defense is a mess. Rudiger just got injured today, so they need to go to the market. They really need to.
Okay, so the question was: Is this as a result of poor planning by Ancelotti and Madrid? Should they have added, more bodies in the defense for more cover? Is that something they should have done before the season started or before the window shut in the summer?
One of Madrid's problem right now is they are too self-sufficient, so they don't really want to spend. Usually Madrid don't spend a lot in the transfer window. You understand? Most players that go to Madrid, they go to Madrid out of love or out of what they are going to achieve in Madrid. So I think they didn't plan for this. And when the season started, things began to go bad for them because they needed to Tchouaméni, they needed to push him to the defense. And
but they've been doing that since last year, though. Since last season.
Has he been playing defense since last season? It was Alaba before Alaba went out, yeah?
Yeah, I'm saying Ancelotti has
not last season. Not last season.
That idea in his head. I think Ancelotti has been putting that idea in his head that he can be a central defender since last season, actually, if I could recall. Because there was a press conference that was held and he was saying that he has the profile, he has the body, he has the brain to play as a centre back. And Tchouaméni was resisting and saying no, he doesn't want to be a centre back. And this has been going on since last season, actually.
But do you know how many games he played in that position last season?
I'm not sure how many games.
I don't think I saw too many in defense last season.
I don't think he played. I don't think he was in defense. So.
He has been playing that.
They still had Carvajal before he got injured shortly after the Euros. They still had Carvajal. They still had Carvajal, Mendy, Rudiger. I think they had
Militao.
They had Militao. Everything just went bad for them when the season started. So it's not as a result of poor planning by Ancelotti. It just went bad for them. And I think they should have actually looked into it during this transfer window. But I don't think they actually considered it because right now.
But I think with Rudiger's injury, I will still have like 2 days more. Maybe they will probably.
2 days. Yeah. So if you have 2 days.
Just for context, there's an article from a year ago. In fact, more than a year ago. This is Carlos' quotes. It says, Tchouaméni has all the qualities to be one of the best centre backs. I'm sure he will get angry about this, but he's amazing at centre back.
Yeah, no doubt, but I don't think.
No. I'm just using this to make my point that this didn't start this season. He's been playing Tchouaméni in centre back since last season.
Yes,
and the reason that why they did that is because they've been having defensive crises since last season. Militao is never fit. Alaba is never fit. They've been having these issues consistently since last season, and he's turned them then again this season, and they didn't plan for it.
The thing is, Cruz still.
But
last season they said Nacho last season, right?
Last season they said Nacho.
Yeah,
Nacho was still the team last season.
Yeah.
So Cruz was the season last season. The few I think I remember, but the few times Tchouaméni actually was pushed to the defense was when they actually wanted to make their midfield packed. So in games where they wanted to play Cruz, in the games where he had the plans to bring in Modric, do you understand? Those are the kind of game, because if you see this idea of pushing footballers to their position, the positions they don't prefer. Look at this guy, this Barcelona player right now. He's not a right back. Xavi always said he can play as a right back, but till this season he started enjoying what the position this season. So he's naturally not a right back. Do you understand? It's naturally not a right back.
I get you. I was just making my point that this Tchouaméni experiment didn't start this season.
Yeah, but he did not play a lot in that.
No. I'm getting there. He played 26 times as a defensive midfielder last season. He played 11 times as a centre back last season. So,
and I'm very sure out of those 11, he didn't start the whole 11 as a centre back.
I don't think that what this start will represent.
He did not start because Militao was fit last season, at least for half of the season. I think Militao was fit. So it was when Militao went out.
Yeah, I don't expect him to play the whole of season in centre back. I'm only just making the point that you already see him as a centre back option, and they've been converting him from a defensive midfield position to centre back. That's all. That's not the point.
He's not. He can't. I don't think he can thrive in that position. He's doing very bad in that position. He's doing very, very bad. He's conceding a lot of goals, making a lot of blunders. He's doing very bad in that position. I don't think he can. And right now that Rudiger is out of the game, I don't know. There's no news. There's no update on the injury of Rudiger. Well, Rudiger was substituted very early, around 20 or 30 something minutes.
15, actually 15 minutes.
Is it 15? Wow. So I think they have a problem. They really have a problem. And
but I think they can still go to the market to get.
They cannot, and they will not.
Either way, they are not feeling it because they are still top of the table. So
I think
they lost their game today. They will feel it at a time.
I think they will, because if all their centre backs are not fit, right? And we also have players who might be interested, and players who might be interested are one, what's his name? The AC Milan, Tomori, right? Who rejected Tottenham. There's also Disasi, who is there. They can go. No, they're laughing, but they can see him as a stopgap. I'm serious.
Madrid never.
A team like Madrid is not going to.
Come on, the same Madrid will buy Gravison. The same Madrid make I start to name their players where they don't buy when you
bro. Madrid is not looking for. A short-term option. Madrid doesn't go for a short-term option like Barcelona. Madrid are going
to rather stick with Asensio than go for Disasi. You know, exactly. as a club, they like, I don't know in the past, but like now the way they want the team to be, they want to be like the private school of clubs. They don't want any just Disasi. Who is Disasi?
To be honest, for certain positions, I get what you guys are trying to say. Attacking position, they have to be flagship. But there are some positions where they don't mind anybody to fill in. They don't want
Madrid minds. Madrid will never buy this.
In all positions, come on.
Bro, let me tell you something.
I think we should I'll just make a prediction. They are going to the market and they would definitely get a centre back.
But not Disasi.
See, they will get any option that they want because they don't have anything.
Lala is marketing Disasi.
No. Oh gosh, they go Aston Villa already. Now
Barcelona cannot buy Disasi. Bro, some players are not meant for.
So okay. So what about the tall striker they got last season? What was that for? Was the
Duselu?
Duselu.
Bro, they brought Joselu as
Even was hot in La Liga now. He was not
even
doing
before
bad.
Joselu went to Madrid. He was a very good.
Yes, now was hot.
Very
Check his
good
stats in
striker.
La Liga.
Yes,
I mean,
You
I
guys
think
are
Lala
making
is
it
right.
look
You know,
like-
they should have just gone for Disasi or somebody just to have a defender now. What is all these ones they have in
bro,
here?
they will not go for Disasi. Bro,
So
Why?
why would you have Asensio? and go
Disasi
for
is having a
Disasi?
bad. Sorry. He's having having a bad time at Chelsea, but it's not that a terrible decision.
My brother
Rudiger had
is a
issues
terrible
too
defender.
with at Chelsea. Yes, correct.
Not at
But we've
Chelsea.
seen players have different luck.
I'm
What do you mean?
only trying to this.
So if a player is having a bad time in his club, you want to now sign that
Yeah,
player.
people go to club.
But they don't.
People go to
Sure,
club
what you don't understand is
and they invent themselves. We've seen it time and time and again.
they have different. Yes, now
And this
Rudiger was
problem
not even
is-
starting.
If you
Rudiger
are
was
bro,
not even starting
bro.
from the point.
Don't bring the agenda. When Rudiger was in Chelsea, he was a very good defender.
Top
And don't say he wasn't
defender.
starting.
boy initially was he a starter? Choke and attest. What's his name?
and that was did Madrid
Oh,
buy him that
We're
time?
making a point. We're making a point. When Rudiger came and he was not playing, was it Lampard that was benching him? Yeah, Lampard was benching him. He came in and he wasn't playing.
Bro, as at the time
Is it not another coach that gave him?
bro.
Until
there's
he
something called
played
coach
well.
preference.
If he wasn't playing up till that last season, Madrid will
Bro,
not buy him.
I don't even get this point. Are you trying to liken Disasi to Rudiger?
No, what I'm saying is you guys have painted this picture that Madrid are always careful in the market. They don't just
Yes.
go and buy anyone. And that
Yes.
is false. Because I've made
It's
the
not
point.
false.
I've made the
Bro.
point with Joselu. You are saying Joselu was hot.
Bro,
Who the hell?
hold
Who
on.
the wait? Who the F was a Joselu? Who was he? He came to
Bro.
be a backup to who was their main
Bro.
striker last season.
Bro,
What was this brand?
Didn't Madrid buy Adebayo?
Bro, exactly. They
Wait.
bought Gravison. You know who
Okay.
Gravison is?
okay, wait.
They bought
Gravison,
Lassana
thank you.
Diarra.
Nah.
Lassana Diarra from
How many
Where?
years ago was that now, bro? Who was their president that time?
No, this
No,
Who was their president then?
Do you remember this boy?
It's still the same guy. Who was the president? Nobody the same guy. How many years there? Lost
Lala.
Yeah.
This Joselu you are speaking about, Madrid did not buy Joselu to be their starting nine.
What did they buy him for?
They bought him as a backup.
So
And-
what am I suggesting here?
Wait.
What are we saying here?
Who's saying
Let
that?
me talk.
No, it was even
Let me talk. You did not even buy him. Wait.
So what are we saying here?
Hold on.
Okay, go
They
on.
did not buy him. They did not buy him. It was a loan. And they only loaned him because they needed an extra backup, not a direct backup. Now, if you go and check every game that Joselu played, I think he did not even start up to 10, 15 games. And the good thing about Joselu was every time he got into the box, he made use of those crosses. And
There's what you they talk. I don't get them because yeah.
Lala. Madrid loaned Adizabalaga. As useless as he was in Chelsea.
So was
Everybody
that branded?
Chop,
Was that
chop,
branded
chop,
for them?
Exactly.
You see, it's even the same thing we're talking about. They had
Yes, don't wait.
they had a
wait,
keeper
chill.
crisis, right? They had a keeper crisis.
You guys are used to arguing and countering yourself. As it is today, Kepa Arrizabalaga is still the most expensive goalkeeper in world football. So if we are talking about branding, that is it. Was he successful in La Liga? Very successful with Atletico Madrid.
Was it successful at Chelsea for them to buy him or loan him?
No
Because that's the
name.
point. That's the
because-
point you make for Disasi
Wait,
not being an
chill.
option.
We are
Was
talking about
Kepa
profile. No, but the
best
idea,
keeper for us at
the idea is profile. So if you are talking about them getting a defender as a stopgap for the meantime, I'm not against it. It's totally fine. It's probably the most logical thing for
So
them to do.
what are we suggesting?
But you saying
not
a
for the stopgap.
Disasi. You
Is it not-
saying a Disasi.
Is it not a stopgap that
Lala.
So wait, talking
Lala.
about profile. So are you comparing what most expensive goalkeeper to a Disasi?
are you saying just because
Okay,
wait.
Lala, hold on. I'll give you another person. Leave what expensive because now they keep changing every player with Sergio Reguilon. Madrid loaned him from Sevilla. Go and check it. 2020 to stop left back when they had left back crisis with Marcelo or something in 2020, 2021. Or I forgot their left back. Go and check it. Who the F? Sorry, I'm sorry for cussing. Who was Sergio Reguilon that they loaned him? You guys just keep saying. You just keep.
So
We're not
are you
saying
saying
you should
wait?
buy-
Are you saying
we're
Madrid
not
does
saying
not have profile?
Sorry,
Hold on.
please. Sorry. Let me
Hold
come in. Please let
Hold
me come in.
We are not saying you
Let
should
me-
buy Hold on, show. Let me hold on.
That was a good player before they bought him.
Reguilon.
Okay, Shema, did not go and call what's his name back? Johnny Evans when they needed stop.
No, we are talking about Madrid, not Man U.
Those ones don't get
What are you
class.
saying now?
Okay,
Yes.
okay. Let's stick.
Yes.
Let's stick to
Real
Madrid.
Madrid Castilla. Where Reguilon was from Real Madrid
You are very
Castilla.
right.
He was on
He was
loan.
on loan.
When Madrid had issue, they quickly brought him back as a stopgap. He's their player. They didn't buy him anywhere.
You
No.
sure?
The
Yes, so
question,
it was not-
Dele actually
Yes.
is.
player.
Play from Castilla.
Not
He's
their
their
player.
player.
But the point I'm trying to make is we've painted this picture that Madrid always go for brands and they have a profile. Joselu is never Madrid profile in a million years.
Bro, Joselu is
not-
Madrid profile. Do you know why?
How?
Wait.
How?
Good. I was saying something before. You guys stopped me. Look at a Benzema. A Benzema can score with his head and can score with his leg. When Madrid got Joselu in, they brought him as an extra backup. And the games he played, I think he played about 11 games for Madrid and he scored 5 goals. If you go and check the 11 games he scored for Madrid, most times it was just maybe 3 or 4 of those games that they actually needed a goal. They've won the game already, and I think one of the games that they actually needed a goal was against maybe Dortmund or something last season. But most times Joselu came in, was substituted in, maybe around 70, 80 something. Maybe their main striker has exhausted his option, and they were like, okay, let's try and change our game plan.
This is fallacy because I can know off the top of my head how many times Joselu has come in.
How many games did he play?
To either equalize, to even score the winning goal. It was important
How
for
many games?
Wait.
You are saying to score the winning goals. Somebody played 11 games and he scored 5 times. And you are saying what I'm saying is a fallacy. So it means if in 38 games in La Liga, and it's not in La Liga alone, if he scored just 5 goals in last season, right? He scored just 5 goals last season in Madrid. And he played 11 games. Even if out of those 5 goals, he scored 3 of them in La Liga, are you saying they brought in for the goals mainly? They brought him as an extra backup.
No.
That's
I know how many times Joselu came in, even in the Champions League, and he got them back into the
How
game.
many
I
times,
know that
bro?
He's a backup now. He's a backup, isn't it? That's what we're saying.
How many
But
times did
you guys are making it look like Madrid only go into the market to buy profile.
Well,
They don't go into for stop gap.
looking at Joselu,
in Champions League, he scored 5 goals.
His last
In La Liga,
season,
he scored 10
his last
goals.
season at Espanyol, before Madrid got him, he had 16 EPL. Sorry, I
see?
say EPL.
I said our EPL
16 La
podcast.
Liga goals. The season before at Alaves, he had 14
You can
La Liga
imagine.
goals. So 14 the previous season, 16 at
Yes.
Espanyol. And if you need a striker like a backup who will hardly play, it's not a bad
Exactly.
option. He came to Madrid and scored 10
know
La
why-
Liga goals.
You know
18
why?
in all
You know why
competition.
he wasn't a Madrid brand? Because Madrid have been known, even if for their backup, there's a certain profile, there's a certain way they play. If anybody is going to replace a Benzema, they had what's the name of this other guy? One his name starts with M. People in that mode, not people who are when you bring them in, you're changing your whole system. You are turning into a cross and nod or pump the ball. That is what Joselu represented. A different dimension.
If
The fans actually were against Joselu's transfer. That's to show you that he's not even at Madrid's level.
They know.
But they needed emergency field.
Madrid
That's what I'm saying.
Madrid also plays cross and nod football.
Olasalam.
Yeah.
Was Joselu a stopgap or what was it?
The same Madrid that got Chicharito.
Yes.
The same Madrid
Exactly.
that
Was he what?
It's just a
this guy.
It's just a
Okay,
backup.
so-
You will hardly
Okay,
play.
exactly. So if we're saying they should go and get
But they cannot get Disasi. Forget
no,
Gendit.
Go and check the goals Morata scored for Madrid.
These two
Show, I want to
players
understand
show,
something.
you are missing the point. Show, you are missing the
You
point.
say
Show,
Disasi
you are
is
missing
that
the
terrible
point.
of a defender.
He can't play in Madrid.
The same idea
Why?
way get Gravison. Are you saying we don't have bad
Bro,
players coming?
what year did they buy Gravi? You're just saying Gravi. Mention 5 players.
Why?
Mention 5
On the
players
road,
that
why?
Madrid bought that they actually spent money on, whether loan or in a transfer.
You're not saying buy. I think you're the one getting it. You are getting it wrong.
So Dele and Lala, sorry to cut it short, but you guys are actually missing the point. See, it's another thing to get a stopgap. It's another thing to get a player that is bad where it's coming from. All these things you are saying, Chicharito, Adebayo, Joselu, they were actually hot where they're coming from. They were not bad for a
Yes.
stopgap.
Arrizabalaga was not
Now
hot.
imagine they
He
want
was
to
not
get a
hot at
stopgap,
Chelsea.
and I just told someone
Arrizabalaga
the
was not hot
what
at Chelsea.
respected
But he didn't miss
Opeyinka, go and sit down.
every missed
He was a good
Opeyinka,
player
go
in
and sit down.
Chelsea. The coach did not just like it.
Wait. The season he went to Real Madrid. Was it not Chelsea number?
He was.
No,
He wasn't.
no.
Chelsea already
No,
sold
he was
Mendy.
not.
wasn't.
Chelsea already sold Mendy. Why you
He sold.
arguing? Why you
No,
arguing?
don't
Chelsea
use
already
that.
sold.
Don't use that to win argument
It was-
because they
It
sold
was
Mendy.
Conte's time.
He
It
was
during
not. He was
Conte's
being
time.
benched. He was being benched.
So who was Chelsea's number one
What do you mean
then?
he was? What after Mendy left was Kepa playing? Was he
Mendy did not
number one?
leave.
Yes, he was
Where?
playing.
Where did he play?
Who was
Who
not
was
playing?
playing? They bought the keepers now.
Ah,
They
see.
bought keepers.
Which keeper? Which keeper?
The Petrovic.
So which keeper?
He wasn't our number one.
Petrovic
he
was last
playing?
season.
It
Petrovic
was
last season.
Opeyinka, I remember it was even Mendy. It was this same Mendy that actually gave whatever his name is, that actually gave him problem because of, I think it was Conte that was the coach that time, I guess. If I'm right. I think
No, it was
It was
Lampard.
Mendy that gave.
No, it was Tuchel. It was Tuchel.
before
So when Chelsea sold
there was this game they
Mendy,
wanted to substitute
Kepa came back to be
No,
number one.
Opeyinka, please, I won't allow you say that lie because now in 2022-2023 season, that was the last time Kepa kicked the ball for Chelsea. In 2023-2024,
He's the first.
2023-2024, he was loaned out. So who was Chelsea keeper in 2023-2024? Was it Kepa?
Was it not?
Was it Kepa? Was it Kepa?
Waiting, Lala.
No, was it Kepa?
Was it not 2023? Chelsea got Sanchez. Why are you arguing? Was it not 2023-2024? Chelsea bought
Kepa was
Sanchez,
Chelsea's number
In
one.
20,
and it was then they loaned him to Madrid.
2023-2024, if he was that important for us, why did he let him go?
Okay, let me explain.
Loan.
No,
Why did you let him
in
go? If he was our number one, we didn't even sell him. We didn't sell him. We bought him.
Bro, you're missing the point. In 2022-2023, Kepa was Chelsea's number one to end that
And he was
season.
having
That's what I'm
problems
telling
when
you.
the coach wanted to substitute
That's
him.
what not my point with that.
That's
You're just
not
arguing.
even
You're just giving us points.
2022-2023. What you're referring to, Ola Salam. That's not whether he had problems or not.
That was when 2021.
When keeper wants no be score. What's his name? What was this?
What year was it?
What's the name of this guy that wanted to take him off? Abi,
It was Conte.
it wasn't Conte. It was the other Italian.
That was sorry. That was long ago. That was long time ago. What my point is, 2022-2023 season, Kepa was Chelsea's number one keeper to end the season after Mendy left in January. I don't know why you're arguing this. And Madrid came because Courtois got injured.
If he was our number one, why did we not sell him? Why did we loan him? If you say he's our number one, why was he now left to go on
Coach
loan?
preference.
Coach preference, and he's our number one. Coach
Yes,
preference.
now,
He's our number one.
No, you don't understand.
bro, being the number
2022.
one is not number one of the club. He's number one for the coach.
True.
Ola Salam.
True.
Charito Nko.
True.
Bro, being a number one is number one for the coach.
Dele, it seems you are making a mistake.
You know why I'm calling Show? I want him to remember something. I want Show to remember something. Remember that when 2023. Show, please wait. I want to remind you of something. You remember that when 2023 season started, we had a conversation about why Chelsea was going to buy Sanchez when you had the Kepa. Can you remember?
Yeah.
That you were telling me that can you see now? So what is your point?
No,
Lala?
the point is, you say he's our number one. Why did we loan him out? You can't loan your number one out. You can't give him that
can't loan-
this is your number one. This is your
what are you
number
saying
one
today now?
club, and you loan him
You
out.
say someone is a number one,
Bro.
and you are loaning him out.
You don't understand. The point
Now,
is,
Tottenham,
Chelsea knows that Kepa was not the profile Chelsea
when
wanted.
Guardiola told Yaya Toure to leave the club, was Yaya Toure a bad player at that time?
Kepa was a bad player for Chelsea. Whether you
I'm
like it or
asking,
not,
I'm asking
he
you a
was.
question.
He was.
Bro,
That's-
let's answer this question.
Yes, now
When-
I'm telling you.
Hold on. When Guardiola,
And what happened to Kepa at
when
Madrid
Guardiola
actually?
nothing
Said?
happened to him.
He couldn't bench the young boy. He was the young.
couldn't bench the other person.
So are you guys? So once you guys
But
don't
he was
say it
still
together,
there.
I
It
can't what
was
we're
a
talking
step
about.
gap in the case. That's
Bro,
what we're
when,
saying.
when Kepa was in Madrid, and this guy got back. What's the name of this guy? Their main keeper. He got back.
Courtois.
Kepa wanted to keep being the number one because he was actually the number one at the time when Courtois was out. Then there was no way Madrid could let him be the number one, and he dropped. Then Looney picked up. So now stop saying if you are the number one at the club, they cannot let you go, bro. If you are the number one,
But he's a lone player now. What are you saying now?
Wait,
Last Salam.
now,
You're mixing
His
it up.
loan expired, and he thought Madrid was going to keep him, and they did not keep
Don't
him.
mind it. If number one says
Everybody-
he wants to go, he does not feel happy somewhere. Won't he go? I don't get
Exactly.
this point.
So being a number one is not number one on the club.
Chelsea
Number
Is
one
Rashford
I'm still waiting for Show to
Rashford
explain
not
it.
Man U best attacker?
Let's
Is he not
Show
going on loan?
talk.
Okay, so I'll talk.
It's who?
Okay,
Yeah,
so
he
I'll
said it's
talk
who.
about Chicharito now. The thing is this. First of all, Chicharito has spent about 1, 2, 3.
I'm not asking
4
you that. The
seasons.
season Madrid bought him. What happened?
Yes,
Was he a good player?
it was because he was a very good player. It was because LVG does not want him. Simple. What? What?
Don't worry.
He had.
I'll continue. I will send something good group. Continue.
There was no way anyone would say that Chicharito was not a good player for Man U.
That season.
Man U. That season, calm down. That season where he went to Madrid, he only played one match. In fact, I recall we played one friendly match. We saw a penalty. He played it. I think it was during preseason or friendly match. We saw the penalty. He played it. He missed it. Van Gaal looked at Ryan Giggs. Ryan Giggs was the assistant. He looked at Ryan Giggs. Immediately, he missed that penalty. It was that day I knew this guy was going. And Madrid had to take him on loan that season. Who says Chicharito is not a good player? He was an established, typical number 9.
This Dele does not even know how to argue, because what you just sent to this group shows Chicharito to Bayer Leverkusen now. Are you that dumb?
Let's just
Now mistake now. You know, say that mistake now.
all right.
That one I'm error now.
No
Then you
problem.
don't use your brain to say that now Madrid.
But to be honest, I don't understand this argument. If Madrid says that they don't want to buy any other defender because of their profile, I don't know why you guys are angry.
The only reason you think Kepa is a profile is because of the money, and you know he's overpriced for that price. You know he's not worth that amount, but because it suits your argument, you use that as an excuse. It's wrong.
No.
Kepa
I'm
is
even
a
talking
rubbish.
about now.
Kepa is a
I'm
rubbish
talking about
goalkeeper. You're a Chelsea fan. You know he's a rubbish goalkeeper. Don't say he has any
Yes,
profile.
but he was not a
now
rubbish
he's
goalkeeper in La
defending
Liga.
Kepa.
Don't say he
That
has
was
any
good.
profile to play for.
Is Sanchez
This same show.
Is it not your
Basket,
number one?
This same show. I remember that season. He used to call Kepa.
Am I not calling this same
Lala.
Sanchez?
Lala,
Basket?
please, let's go to the trivia.
Is Sanchez any
Let's go to
better?
trivia. Let me win.
Someone win money. He said, "Let's go to tree."
All right, this we're supposed to discuss Osimhen and what's it called, but I think we've spent too much time on these other.
We spent too much
discussions.
time, yeah.
Yeah, please, let's do.
I think we'll just do that in the next episode. Osimhen and Isak. Quality time.
Aston Villa are insisting on Disasi.
You should go.
I won't be surprised. This thing I said, whether it's Tomori or Disasi, I won't be surprised if any of them move to Madrid. I will not be surprised because they need something in that defense, whether you like it or
And
not.
if they don't get any defender, will you be surprised?
I will be surprised because that would be foolish of them. To be honest, they want to lose the league intentionally
they're
or
top of
lose
the
against
That is
Madrid.
to you. You don't know why they are
Lose
not
against-
getting a defender.
You, as a Man U fan, you have no say because you people left 2 injured left back for the whole of the season, and you are still defending.
You went to buy
So I will
Johnny
understand
Evans.
you when you say all these things.
Sorry.
Bring back Johnny Evans so that we retire.
You said we left.
Many years ago, the Johnny Evans
We left 2 left back waiting.
You had 2 injured left back for a long time, and you did not replace.
Yes.
The one that you had that you're supposed
Because
to keep.
our owner no one spend money.
You
It's simple. We
no,
are not
you
Madrid.
decided to
You cannot
you
compare
loaned him
us with
out.
Madrid.
You had Reguilon and you loaned him out to where?
We
Because
didn't loan him out. See, this is the issue I keep having.
you
with
cancelled
guys.
his loan. You cancelled his loan.
Hold
Didn't
on.
you?
We did it. Hold on now. Hold on.
I know they hold on. Talk
We
to your
had
talk.
3 left backs. Reguilon on loan, Shaw and Malaysia. Now, Reguilon was on loan with us for about 6 months. After that, Ten Hag said, I'm quoting the manager now. I know they there. I know I don't have the record for those guys that were injured. You all don't have it. Even the journalists don't have it. It is the coaching crew that have it. He said the medical team assured him that both Luke Shaw and Malaysia will be back in January. And he cannot keep 3 left backs, which means he will have to keep disappointing at least one of them. So the best option was for him to let Reguilon go back where he can have playing time. And unfortunately, the medical team, what they told him, failed. Shaw and Malaysia didn't come back. I don't think that this is something hard for anybody to get, except to have an agenda.
There's no
You see,
agenda.
you know,
No matter how
but
you spin it.
this is something
No
you don't
matter how
have the
you spin
information.
it.
They tell you facts. You
matter-
still no agree. No wonder. Okoyenka say
No
waiting on
matter-
a dream.
No matter how you
So-
spin it, it doesn't make sense. It was a foolish excuse, right?
I am
Didn't
not
have cover,
spinning
didn't
it,
have
and it's
cover.
not a foolish excuse to you. You are not privy to this information. The people that are privy to it, you are calling it a foolish excuse.
There's nothing that stops you from keeping.
But Lala, if sorry to go back to Madrid, but if they don't buy another defender and they still win that league, what would you see at the end of the season?
They won't.
No.
If
You still
things
say the police
stays, if things stay the way it is right now, right? If it stays the way it is right now, with them being short in defense, it will come back.
Let's say they now win the league.
Are you
what
saying-
will you say? That's what I'm asking. I'm asking a question.
No, let's not do. Let's say the facts
He's
of ground is.
avoiding to answer the question.
Are you okay? I don't have clairvoyance now. I should tell you what's going to happen in the future. You're the one who thinks they will do it without.
No, he has given
even-
you a
even-
scenario.
Even their
Yes or
rival.
no?
Even their rival.
Okay, you two, let's change the scenario. What if Madrid loses this league now? If they don't buy any defender?
Yes, yes. Now we'll say they were. I would say Lala and Dele were right, and we were wrong.
right.
Okay, but you want us to agree. But you want us to agree now that yes, you are right because you feel they are going to.
I'm
win
not
this.
asking you
They are
to
also
agree.
better.
You don't have to agree with me. I'm telling you that when you are being given fact, you should accept it, not argue or start running in circles. Simple.
Please,
What
let's go to
fact?
the trivia.
What fact
Please.
did you give me? You and your Ten Hag. Now why you not Saka be that? Now you the defender.
Even Barcelona said don't buy useless people.
Where are they with the people?
They
Dubai?
use them. No. I said then when they needed emergency, maybe whatever.
They go back.
But Barcelona get good. They get the
Academy.
best. Probably
They get
best.
academy.
My question is,
Academy
with all
now.
those top gap where they buy, waiting they bring come off for the year. This season now, keeper get injury.
To be honest,
They go sign Chesney come off
to
from
be
injury,
honest,
from retirement.
They try now.
that's even an example of a stopgap that we're referring to.
That's example.
You guys are saying
Stop
ban.
don't lose 5 games
You're
in a
saying
row.
ban.
So now Chesney.
You know, see what you do for Benfica.
Useless goalkeeper. Chesney is a big keeper. Even
You know what
useless,
Benfica game?
is a big keeper. Chesney.
That's what I'm telling you that sometimes some clubs, they have sense. What's the worst thing that will happen without that defender? They will lose. What's the worst thing that will happen buying a wrong defender too? They will still lose. So it's better to give somebody confidence. Maybe a young
You are
player.
going too far. We don't have the information on this guy's injury. They could tell the coach that, see, don't worry, 3 weeks, this guy will be back. And you feel, what's the point of
I
getting
know what
the
the
defender
issue
in
is.
3 weeks?
I
The
know
Madrid
what-
derby is next week, bro. The Madrid next week. The Madrid.
What's
Madrid
say?
derby. Madrid derby is next week.
I know why. I know why
So they should go and buy defender today. So if they buy the
to be honest,
it means they will not
wait,
lose.
wait. To be honest, I think the person that his opinion should count the most is Ola Salam because he follows the league through and through. The kind of comments
Yes.
you and Okwenyika are saying, you don't follow this league. I'm saying it for
I
a
agree.
fact that they've been crying that Rudiger is tired. He's been what's it called? He's been tired for a long time. There's no cover, there's no nothing. But you guys are opening your mouth to say,
Do you know more than the coach? Do you know more than the
I
coach?
don't hear you.
Emma,
Now why they convert the
I
DM
tire,
into centre back with that? And
It
Ola
is
Salam has
the coach.
already.
That's why he's the coach, and he has won so many things to justify why
But
he's making
we
this
know,
decision.
we say coaches are stubborn.
We
right?
don't
When we
know
say-
anything. If we know,
Okwenyika,
now we go
have
be coach.
this
We don't
screenshot
know.
you say I should delete. When Chicharito left
Baba, it won't bend
Madrid
them. It
on
won't bend
loan,
them
where did
again.
he go? Where did he go now? If you only a notable example of footballers who were considered poor performers at their parent club.
Hold on. Sorry, please.
Let's go
Okwenyika,
to the previous.
On what basis was Chicharito considered a flop in Man U? Considered is a
He was already
He's
done
even
then. I did
pissed.
not say it was a flop. I'm saying he was
What do
already
you
done.
mean?
He was already.
Who was done at what age? So show up my YouTube.
Don't worry.
Let's go on.
Don't be me tell you the coach at the time.
Let's
Don't be
move
me
on.
tell you how
For some reasons.
So
I don't know.
Madrid,
people just go some journalists.
Lala.
account
so
and
Chicharito is
leave
Madrid's
every-
level that they went for him.
All right, so here's the next section, which is the trivia section. This has been one hectic episode for me. I'm not supposed to do the most talking, but I think I've done the most talking. So trivia section, Okwenyika is leading with 2 points. Dele and Sho have 1 point, and the rest have 0 points. So 5 questions, opportunity for you to rise up the table. Now, to the first question. Which club has won the UEFA Cup the most?
Real Madrid. Sevilla.
correct. Openka goes with the first point. Openka 1. Okay. Question 2. Who has the most goals in the World Cup?
You say close.
Openka has 2. When they sleep, what's the happen?
You said one question like person we never.
I get things now.
Now me she did.
I swear.
Oh
You say
my
you
God.
swear. You know the answer.
The Openka, they hurt you.
You know the answer. Say you swear.
For close.
Oh, yeah,
Right.
go on.
The next question. Steven Gerrard played for Liverpool and which foreign club? Where was the foreign club he played for after Liverpool, outside of England?
Was it LA Galaxy? No, not LA Galaxy. LA Galaxy.
Openka has started again.
Now,
When are they
Wait.
sleep?
Allah, make I talk something. You know, say normally, Openka no brilliant. I'm a teacher for school.
Oh.
Make it a get am. No worry. You know brilliant. If they say we bring book now, you know if you do anything. I know I'm where. No worry. So give up. Give up. But Openka, don't talk again. Let's talk the point.
see the type. You see the
Openka, don't say
They say I
Lala.
besides,
Lala. Let Openka give people the chance to rise up the table.
Yes, no, because the competition is to the end of the season, so you can meet up with him, but you can
And
extend
he's
his
jobless.
deal
That's why
anytime.
he knows all these things.
Right. Okay. Now, next question. Who has in the Premier League who has the most assists?
Ryan Giggs.
Oh God. Sure, you know serious. I don't know. You want JJ.
I
One
was
year
so
ago.
God of calling.
I no go
Last
talk. Make
question.
una answer am.
That's the national one. Right. So last question. At which European club did David Beckham end his career?
AC Milan.
AC Milan.
LA Galaxy.
Olódò làwọn ilé o.
European.
Paris Saint-Germain.
Oh,
Yeah,
European.
Galaxy now this today.
Yeah, Paris
Yes.
Saint-Germain.
I got it. I got it.
Lala, I
don't
just pity them. No, I just pity them. No.
Just pity them.
Openka, you pity you.
I
Respect
don't want to
yourself.
talk before that. So when person talk, me, I say Olódò lele you.
And I waiting make me know say na PSG with that. I beg, I don't get one. Collins, your papa.
All right. So
That's fine. What do we?
So yeah, Olasalam got 1 point, Ogbonga got 4 points, and we have come to the end of the pod. So guys,
Now, wow.
if you
I
enjoyed,
read you. Lala don't send out Openka.
You know the
There be Chelsea.
Lala. You know the
with the way it stressed me today, I'll go send them answer.
you know the problem. The problem is
Now
say
you stress me.
people go want check Google before they type with one type of Google. I don't answer.
So if I know do what this is where I do, all of them they put head for the same place. Oh, it's not a penalty. It's this. It's that. Now Olasalam supposed coming, but I don't know.
Oh, you want
they
put
do
me for your own side. I'm not on your side, bro. You're alone. Sorry. You're alone.
no wala.
You're
No
alone.
problem. Make I do outro.
But wait, you never update.
Guys,
You never update the table. Update and make I dey see.
No, I don't feel update them now after. Now
Wait.
screenshot be this. Make I do outro. What's the word you know? In fact, I go come out of now do outro by
You
myself.
want where I go there for table? I go there below Bamidele.
No, possibly. So guys, that is the end of the episode. And yeah, Okwenyika had 4 points in the trivia. We had a lot of discussion around different topics. So guys, if you do agree or disagree, please let us know in the comments. If you'd like to send a personal message to any member of the pod, if you think anybody has been yarning in the dust, please feel free to let us know in the comments as well on YouTube and on Spotify. Don't forget to follow us and subscribe to those channels. Until the next episode. See you all later.